Hello everybody, video here for you today. This is the no-cap recap of the February 14th, 2023 Season 10, Episode 13 of The Curse of Oak Island called All's Well. If you missed my recaps of previous episodes, there's a link to the Oak Island playlist in the upper right. Let's get into it. There's an island in the North Atlantic where people have been looking for an incredible treasure for 228 years. As foretold in the last episode, employees of Dumas Contracting returned to Oak Island to rehabilitate the 80-foot deep garden shaft after a 6-week governmental permit delay. Once completed, the team can then dig from it out to any tunnels or caverns they find evidence of. 30 feet to the west of the garden shaft, Dr. Ian Spooner begins a new round of water tests from the boreholes in the blob area. It is his hope that the results will narrow the target zone down even further. Metal detection expert Gary Drayton and Marty Lagina's nephew, Peter Vernetti, return to the recently purchased Lot 5 on the western side of the island to continue digging up metal items already detected and marked with a flag. The team has already discovered numerous finds on Lot 5, including a buried stone feature, stone tools, and a pipe stem believed to be from the mid-1700s, as well as a 2,000-year-old half coin that originated from Spain or Portugal. The first flag marks this button, which Gary thinks is from around that same mid-1700s date, approximately 50 years before the discovery of the money pit in 1795. The next one is the piece of metal that Gary suspects may be pieces of a bush scythe, similar to findings the prior week that blacksmith Carmen Legg dated back to the 1600s. Meanwhile, Jack Begley and the archaeologists return to the at least 900-year-old well on Lot 26. In addition to the test that carbon dated it, a water sample revealed high trace evidence of silver. The plan is to pump the water out of the well and put any debris onto a tarp to be searched for artifacts. Later that afternoon, Helen and Emma put together a sift station outside the interpretive center to go through that debris and find this possible nail. Emma says it's hand-wrought and smells of sulfur. Both indicate it's older. She thinks 1700s. The next day, Rick and the team, along with fellow Oak Island landowner Tom Nolan, meet in the war room with architect and author Brian Farrow, who has some research to share. It involves the 6 boulder formation discovered in 1981 by Tom's father, Fred. After explaining some geometry and Freemason sacred numbers, Brian draws 4 lines from the cross that intersect at the same point of the circle, which he says is the money pit and is located just west of the garden shaft. Brian believes that the Knights Templar are responsible. Instead of stopping work on the garden shaft so they can drill in that spot, Rick chooses to let the work continue so that they can tunnel to the spot instead. Emma, Peter, and Charles Barkhouse travel 50 miles northeast of Oak Island to Halifax so that Dr. Brousseau can electron microscope the nail found the previous day and the bush scythes found the previous week. The presence of phosphorus confirms the date range of 16 to 1700s. And the episode ends with the news that Dumas has finished the first 2 8-foot levels of the garden shaft. Next time on an all-new episode of The Curse of Oak Island called Getting the Shaft, Gary finds whatever this is that he and Jack are very excited about. Jack says, "No way!" Likely this same item has Gary saying, "It's magnificent and we found a piece of treasure." Dr. Spooner says gold, silver, copper, zinc, tin, lead, they're all now metals of interest. And Rick goes underground in the garden shaft and says this is astounding. Here's another view from the standalone preview, which is linked in the upper right, to which Rick asks, "We're looking at history, right?" I'll continue recapping the Curse of Oak Island as the episodes air this season, as well as catch up on this season's previously aired and new Beyond Oak Island episodes as my schedule allows. Once again, I'm Coach Steve Money, Ramsey Solutions Certified Financial Coach. You can schedule a free financial coaching consultation assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. You can email me about coaching or anything on my YouTube channel like Oak Island, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Channel donations, you can go to paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. You can add me on the gram at Coach Steve Money. And of course, this YouTube channel is youtube.com/Coach Steve Money. Thank you for watching.